So you're all here to figure out how to solve a cancel no-show problem. And this is cool. This conversation started forever ago, right? Because everybody is always like, how do I get people to show up? I had a conversation with a clinic owner on Friday. And by the time we got off the phone, I was like, we need to talk about this. And the beauty of it is the conversation is different today, as so many things I say, than it was a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So here's the context. He has an in-network clinic. An in-network clinic shouldn't have problems with no-show cancel rates because everybody's paying with their insurance. And a lot of you are saying, yeah, we get it, Jerry. That's not the point. But that's what I see across the country. So this is not, and I'm going to repeat this over and over, this is not an in-network, out-of-network cash PT barter solution. It's a solution to get people to do what they need to do. So this really has nothing to do with fucking physical therapy. Yet we're going to apply it to physical therapy, and I'm going to tell you how to get it done. Because the way everybody's been doing it is not. And for everybody out there who says, I know, you're still doing it the same way. So let's think about this. Because this is really important. And if you see most of my Insta posts and my Facebook posts and the patient experience focus group over the weekend, I'm talking about the one major core issue. We're trying to solve the wrong problem. I need to stop cancels and no-shows. Everybody does it when it happens. There's two strategies here. Everybody does it when it happens. Hello, I need to cancel. I need a script to stop those. I'm like, there is none. There is none. There is none to solve the problem. Can I get one person to stay on the schedule? Sure. What problem did that solve? That solved for you a financial problem. So here's the core of it. We're getting to the core. You're trying to solve a financial issue. When people drop off, it costs me money. I get it. That is an issue, but that can't be the problem you're trying to solve. Oh, people no-showed, so I billed them $150, and they paid it, and they never no-showed again. You're not solving the problem. That's one person. The other thing we try to do is this money thing is we include it in a cancellation policy. Everybody wants to know my cancel policy. I'm like, wait till you hear what my cancel policy is going forward. Right? As you guys know, I'm out of my practice, so they're doing what they do. But my cancel policy going forward, and the way I'm training everybody, I'll share with you pretty quickly here. You're trying to solve a financial problem. You're trying to solve a business problem. No-shows cancel is not a business problem. Now, the reason the money part works, let's go here. Loss aversion. People are driven by fear of loss. If I don't show up, I lose money. Well, let's step back a second. What are we doing here? We're trying to help people get back to things. Return to normal life, return to normal function, decrease their pain, get back to soccer, get back to running, get back to something. And you're going after them from a loss aversion side of money. And that's why it solves it one off. And here's why, let's go another round. This is why it continues to be a problem. I always type in, give people something to value. And everybody's like, oh yeah, value. But then they go back to the money thing. It's like, no, we're not going to make this about money. And you guys who know me with the Front Desk Success Program and all the training around that is to take it away from the money side to first talk about value. Whose value? Your value. And that's what most people are missing. Well, they value money. Well, that's where you're coming from. But money never, it's funny, I don't want to make it a commodity. I don't want to talk about price, but I make my cancel no-show policy about money and price. Interesting. So, how are you going to solve your no-show cancel problem? You're going to solve it before they ever schedule. On the first phone call, you're going to find out what they need from you. They don't need, nobody ever called you for physical therapy. They call you because they need an outcome. They need a solution. What is that outcome and solution they need? And if you think you're doing that already, reach out to me privately and I'll secret call your clinic. When I called 44 clinics and leading up to November, I called over September and October. 44 clinics. Are you sitting down? Two asked me what I was looking to get out of my time in physical therapy. So that means 42 of the clinics had no idea what my desired outcome was. So where is my value? There is none. So here's another thought. When someone calls to schedule for physical therapy and you schedule them for physical therapy, you lose. Hey, Stephen, because they can get physical therapy anywhere. And they will go search out physical therapy until they hear what they need. So they call you and say, I need physical therapy for my low back pain. You say, great, Jerry. All right, blah, 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 blah. We got you scheduled 10:30 on Tuesday to take care of your low back pain, and we'll see you then. Click. They're like, cool, physical therapy. I should call this other place. Next place does the same exact thing. Physical therapy. Third place says, so Jerry, I'm happy to help you out. I'm happy to get you scheduled. Yet I want to learn more about what you're looking to achieve with us here at ABC Physical Therapy. Well, you know what? I like to run and I can't run. Boom. Now we got a desired outcome. Now we have something to build value out of. Was there anything else? Yeah. For about 45 minutes every morning, I got excruciating back pain. It really slows me down and limits my ability to, get my day started. Oh, would you say that's another outcome you would like from your time here? I wouldn't even say from physical therapy. From your time here? Oh, yeah. I now have 2 desired outcomes. And then I tell this person how ABC Physical Therapy can help them with those things. Yes, on the first phone call. Because why? Because you're trying to solve a no-show cancel problem. And I'm going to tell you, this thing alone will solve multiple problems you're trying to solve. And if you've heard me talk about a business as an ecosystem, this is where this comes in. You can actually solve multiple problems that you're trying to solve individually right now further downstream by moving it upstream. And that's what I'm telling you about with your no-show cancel rate, right? This will also improve your first visit arrival. So I know those goals. Now I share with them at the end of the phone call, here's my cancel policy. So Jerry, here at ABC Physical Therapy, I just want to let you in. So we scheduled for these 3 visits, and I want to let you know about our cancellation policy. Now, we are going to respect your time here. The provider will meet with you, whatever your setting is, we can make this work. I'm just going to use an example. Your provider will meet with you one-on-one, 60 minutes on the first one, as I said, and 30 minutes on those follow-ups. And your provider will see you on time to get you back to running full time and getting rid of that morning pain. So I'm already repeating the value back. And what we ask of you is that you respect the provider's time too on your journey to getting back to running pain-free and getting rid of that morning pain. And what we ask for is 24-hour notice if you need to cancel. We realize life comes at us, kids, weather, work, all that. What we ask for is we will definitely respect your time on your journey to get back to those 2 things. And so we ask for that. So we'll have some paperwork for you to sign along those lines. And so we ask you for that because it's going to be really important to Dr. Bill Smith that once you guys decide on your plan of care, of which I've already shared with him, that you stick to that. And yes, we understand life comes at you, and we just ask for 24-hour notice for cancellations. Does that all make sense to you, Jerry? Yes, it does. That's my cancel policy. Then they arrive, and the paper says that. They arrive, and everything is as you promised. Dr. Bill Smith meets them in the waiting room, saying, hi, my name is Dr. Bill Smith. I will be your physical therapist. I'm here to help you in the waiting room get back to running and get rid of that morning pain. Why don't you follow me back to this room? Value going up, 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 and up, right? So check this out. I'm going to get back to something. We're going to circle back to something real quick I brought up at the beginning. So Dr. Smith goes through the evaluation as it was explained on the first phone call. Get to the plan of care. Patient agrees on plan of care. Patient schedules out 6 visits. 4th visit, they call to cancel. And your front desk person has a conversation around, oh, Jared, I'm sorry to hear about this. And they refer back to the goals, right? So here we go. So let me tell you how you're going to manage this at the time. But remember, without doing everything first, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. There's work to be done here. And instead of saying, well, there's a cancel fee. Well, Jerry, you know it's important to Dr. Bill Smith that you arrive at these visits to complete that plan of care. And so I understand we need to get you rescheduled, but are you sure you need to cancel for tomorrow? Because I know it's important for Dr. Bill Smith to have you here to get you back to your running and to get you rid of that morning pain. There's the loss aversion. The loss aversion is not financial. The loss aversion is what you're going to lose on your journey and getting back to running, and the time now you've added to that. So we're still working this loss aversion side, but we're taking it away from the financial. By the way, if I call you and tell you I have to cancel and you go, well, Jerry, there's a $45 cancel fee. So now I'm balancing whatever the fuck I'm canceling you for versus $45. And by the way, if I show up, it costs me $150. I'm like, yeah, I'll cancel. If I call you to cancel and you make it about me and my journey and my plan of care and my goals, all right, I'll keep that. And you call and reschedule the other meeting. Now, there's one more trick in here, and let me throw a little asterisk in there, because the physical therapist, the provider, has to be following a plan too, where they're constantly referring back to these goals and constantly showing the progress or lack of towards these goals. So if your patient calls to cancel on the third visit, they're thinking back to, wow, yeah, you're right. You know, Dr. Bill Smith had mentioned how we're making all this progress and we're on track. And I would argue if Dr. Bill Smith is keeping them tuned into their progress or lack thereof, they're going, yeah, you know what? It hasn't been going so well. And he said we were going to do these other things. You know what? I'll keep that appointment tomorrow. Now, they still may reschedule, yet over time, because remember, we're managing this from the first phone call. So people already know this. Then you give them something to value. This is where the bigger picture fits in. You don't get their two goals and manage the expectations and build social proof and individual proof around those two goals to prevent cancels and no-shows. You do that to get completed plans of care. One of the results of a completed plan of care is people show up. They don't no-show, they don't cancel. So I'm giving you a solution to your cancel no-show problem that's actually a bigger solution. The reason you get the goals is far bigger than solving this problem. And when you start to do it this way, you're going to see a lot of shit change. A lot of stuff. So we just solved a big problem here. You're on here to figure out how to solve your cancel no-show problems. This will solve it. When I started doing this in my own practice, and by the way, I started doing this in my own practice for a completely different reason. I was not trying to solve a no-show cancel problem. But we did what I just told you. We manage expectations around getting them their cost, around their goals, around all this. And within 3 months, I didn't set out to do this. I just looked at my metrics. Within 3 months, my no-show cancel rate went from 14 to 5%. And I've continued this training with other people, and we've seen it change. So, you know, I sucked you in here by telling you I'd fix your no-show cancel problem, but if you're here, you're solving bigger problems because you're giving that value. So the value is about you, the person on the other end of the phone, not me. Well, there's a $45 cancel fee. Well, who's that serve? Me, the business. So what the fuck do I care if I call and cancel? I'm going to weigh everything against that $45. If I know going forward, my PT's been sharing with me about my progress, and then the front desk talks and says, well, you know, it's important to Dr. Smith and you to keep on that plan of care, then all of a sudden they go, fuck it, I'll cancel my other 3 o'clock meeting. This isn't a one-off. Multiply that by 10, 20, 30 people a month. By the way, here's a little side note, because I got 1 minute. You will always have cancels. You must budget in 5% of your business will cancel every month. This fight to zero, this 100% arrival, why do we have cancels? It's fucking bullshit. Sick kids, weather, broken down cars, business that takes priority. Yes, I must put my health on hold for 2 days. 3 days. Budget in 5% cancel rate and quit fighting this fucking zero thing. Set a realistic goal and then figure out how to get there. I just told you how to get there. So again, the key here and how the front desk solves this is on the first phone call and on the callbacks. We're back to this team approach. It is a team approach. Nobody owns cancels. Everybody owns cancels. It is a business metric. And actually, the ultimate business metric is completed plan of care. Because if we're working towards completed plans of care, people arrive, they pay, they stay, and they do your marketing for you. So all those little metrics we get our head in the sand around visits and fucking billing and all that shit, they solve themselves. Your no-show cancel rate now is on you. I gave you the solution. Implement it, apply it. Start it on the first phone call. Continue to deliver on promises to increase your value and give people a reason to trust you and believe you, and then get the provider to pick it up when they greet the patient for arrival. And to continue that, your no-show cancel rate will go down. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I can't promise you anything if you go back and just implement it. Or sorry, I can't promise you 100% guarantee proof. But if we did work together, I'll fucking guarantee it. I'll guarantee it. I guarantee the bulk of the work I do. Because this stuff works. Because why? Because it works. It works everywhere else, of course, except for somebody who started a physio practice, and you just don't understand. I completely understand. And it doesn't matter if you're in Kansas or Pennsylvania or California or Texas or South Dakota. It works everywhere. Cheers all. I hope you guys enjoyed this.